Well, it was the second period. You know, that's a key portion of the game. The start of the second period was a real key part of this hockey game, and you know, from right, you know, the start of the period, they pushed the momentum the first 3-4 minutes, and you know, we had an opportunity to turn the momentum with our first power play in the second period there, and you know, we didn't do it. And you know, from there, like I said, we didn't do the job early in the second. Coming out of the first period, you know, even though we're down 2-0, you know, there's a time period of 6-7 minutes where I really like, you know, what we looked like, but that's not enough. That's not enough. And you know, rather than have the push that we needed at the start of the second, we were back on our heels.
Dave, they've had their stars on the score sheet tonight. What have they done successfully against yours to keep them off the score sheet, especially tonight?
Well, I'm just thinking back to the opportunities that we had, and you know, honestly, we didn't have enough opportunities tonight. You know, especially at a critical time. I thought tonight was you know, a night where we didn't get enough into the critical area. They were good in terms of really boxing up things down low, clogging lanes whenever we were shooting from the outside. And you know, tonight was one of the first nights where you know, I felt like we had some looks that got through to the net, but we didn't have net front presence. So it's a combination of all those things, as well as, you know, when you're talking, you know, you're asking about the top guys. You know, our power play has not been clicking, and that's a big part of it.
And how much tonight, I guess, but kind of the series as a whole, has it been lack of execution as opposed to tipping your hat to them? What the things that they've been doing, which I know you've done in certain facets of the game across the series? You know what?
We haven't been able to sustain, you know, any momentum pushes, and we haven't been able to sustain that through a 60-minute, you know, through a 60-minute game. So you got to give them their due credit, you know, in that regard. But from our standpoint, you have to look from within. We need to do a better job, and you know, and have crisper and better execution throughout the 60 minutes. Not just, you know, there's going to be momentum swings, and you know, there's going to be pushes, but we've not been able to reestablish our game quick enough to you know, to give ourselves an opportunity.
Dave, I know you had the early penalty that led to the power play goal, but one of the guys said that he thought the first 10 minutes you guys seemed a little flustered. How much of that was trying to get acclimated without obviously not having Sean Couturier in there?
You know, I didn't think it was that. Honestly, I thought early in the game, and I would say the first, you know, until the first power play, for sure, the first few minutes, we just, our D didn't move the puck well. We weren't sharp and crisp with it back there, and really that's, you know, that's the first time that we've had that kind of start on our back end. We just weren't sharp and crisp with it, and I thought that's where a lot of our issues started in that, you know, in the first portion of the game. But actually after their power play goal, we started to even it out a little bit in terms of, I'm saying, even out our play and settle in, and then we had a good push. You know, I don't know what the timing of it was, but you know, somewhere probably around the you know, 11-12 minute mark of the period. But I thought early on it was our ability to move the puck from the back end and get it into our forwards' hands. We just weren't clean and crisp.
Frustrating. We're battling hard as a team. It's just not good enough right now. Next game is really soon here, so we need to figure it out.
Are you at all shocked the way you guys came out tonight? I mean, virtually a must-win game at home.
You mean we came out?
Yeah, just came out struggling. You know, did not play. You know, really what you guys are capable of.
We had a couple good shifts there in the first, and it got us momentum, and they just came down and scored and kind of killed it. So, you know, we had great chances tonight early on, just couldn't couldn't put it in the back of the net.
Would you say there's a couple of shifts where you had a lot of pressure, and then there's a counterattack? Now it's 2-0. That's really kind of where the game turned there.
Yeah, it's frustrating. We all got to be better. We know that. Now, one game away for season to be over, and can expect this team to have a fight next game.
Was there anything they did defensively to kind of bottle you guys up? It seemed like they didn't give you guys much room to work with in the second and third period especially.
Yeah, they're a good team. But you know what? I really believe we had our chances. We had four breakaways or something like that, and I don't have the answers for you guys, but we're gonna talk about it tomorrow, and we're gonna fight till the end.
How did you kind of take that game?
I didn't try to change anything, just play the way I usually do and try to compete as hard as I can.
Nolan, I'm kind of shocked you guys came out like this tonight, and you guys really needed this win.
Are we what?
You guys really needed this win, obviously, at home tonight. You guys shocked at all? You came out and played like this?
Well, we had some good spurts, and then we'd make a mistake and end up in our net. So obviously it's disappointing, but nobody's quitting in this room. We're not feeling sorry for ourselves. We know the position we're in, and we're going to try to bounce back as much as we can here.
Nolan, how would you adjust was it for you having to move up to the top line like that? I don't know when you found out.
Yeah, obviously you're going against a good player, and like I said before, I just try to play my game and not try to change anything just because of the position I was in.
Nolan, how would you describe those first 10 minutes? Obviously the crowd's into it, chance to feed off it, but it seemed like you guys had a timidness to your game.
Yeah, I thought we had a pretty good start. Obviously that power play goal at the start of the game was disappointing, but we tried to bounce back and we didn't have enough. So